Alright, hello and welcome to my first analysis video. I don't know if people are going to like these or not like them or whatever the case, but it depends on feedback. Maybe we'll do more, who knows. But I felt like doing a little bit of different kind of content and that sort of thing as a reaction type breaks. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do an analysis, probably not pro analysis or anything like that, but an analysis nonetheless on the three images of the Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel presage flower, movie one, presage flower posters. So, and I'm not going to include them on the side because you can just pull them up. It's not like a giant, you have to load 2 giant videos and the data overwhelms your browsers. So just pull up the image that I'm talking about and we'll be good. All right, so the first one is the one that's kind of just Sakura standing there. Interesting little environment thing. It's weird. Everything's kind of, slightly decayed. There's cracks. There's foliage overtaking everything. It was like it was a once beautiful little room or something. Maybe it's trying to tell us something about Sakura, maybe this or that. But and then there's like all this black stuff oozing and dripping from the cracks in the walls, almost like blood, almost like black blood. And if the whatever is behind her was a bunch of just whatever bodies or whatever the case, instead of it being a wall or one giant wall. Even the windows, it's all over. It's very weird. I think it might be an illusion, not illusion, allusion towards how deadly Sakura might be in this trilogy, in this round. And the only other big thing with this image is, well, I guess it is kind of interesting that there's kind of butterflies flying around her. That's maybe how different she can be. I mean, she's in this white dress, all innocent here, and yet just look at the carnage. Just look at the carnage in the room. I think it's telling us something. So, yeah, I wouldn't say she's innocent at this point. And the wall being behind her, that's also symbolic. In terms of time, that stuff is behind her. She's done all this damage type of thing. I think that's what they're going for, which is very, very good. I love symbolism, although you can look too far with symbolism too. All right, now to if I don't ramble too much here, it's fine. This is an analysis, but yeah, the other thing that people pointed out that I didn't really notice right away at all, but if you look around her, I don't know how many, because it's kind of difficult to make out. Well, yeah, I mean, you need a chick for that, but anyhow, if you look around her, you will see the typical like class type imagery type things they use. There's Archer on the left there, you can see clearly Archer. And these are all statues that are broken down to the ground, crumbled, toppled. Talk about symbolism talk about symbolism and combine that. I don't know how many of them there are, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There might be 6 or 7. I don't know. Looks like 4 on the left, and then the right is more difficult to make out. 1, 2, or 3 on the right. But if you combine that, combine all of, notice it. It also looks like there's a one of the bird cagey type things fell too. But I don't think that's important. Nonetheless, we'll mention it. All the statues of the servants, representing the servants, toppled, crippled, crumbled, broken, they're all down. Or almost all of them, whatever the case. Looks like, I don't know what that one was. That one's Berserker, that one's Archer on the left in the middle there. I can't make out the other ones really. I think the one by Archer above him and to the right is, I think, Caster. They're hard to make out. I don't know which one's which one. But anyhow, compare that. What is centerfold in the image? What is centerfold in this poster here? It's Sakura. She's even wearing white heels, for Pete's sake. All innocent, and you look at the carnage around her. Is it trying to tell us, or hint, or allude, or tease that she has the power, or she might even achieve annihilating all the other servants? Holy heck, dude. Holy heck. Okay. So I really like this image. You know, it seems Sakura being just all innocent like that, dressed in white, is just a pure deception. And she's holding flowers, all nice and innocent and this and that. But look at the carnage around her. Look at the carnage. Everything has been just wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. There's some pipes going. There's some light from the window above. Maybe it's a room at the Mato household. Maybe it was some. I don't know. I'm just going a bit with it. You know, I doubt it, but still, that's where I would suspect, if any place. Maybe it was like a fancy courtyard with statues there. Anyhow, I think it's about time we move on to the second poster. By now it's been 8 minutes apparently. I ramble pretty good, so all right, we're getting into the thick of it more so. All right, so the second poster, it pretty much has all the servants in there, and then Shinji, Sakura, and Emiya at the top. You know, right off the bat, it just arose to me. Where on earth is Rin in that one, in this shot? Why aren't there the 4 of them up top? That leaves me a little confused. That seems to indicate that the focus isn't so much on Rin, which would mean the focus isn't as much on Archer in this route. Hopefully Lancer gets a better route. For Pete's sake, if he does not get a better route, him and Assassin, if they do not, him, Assassin, and, well, Ryder, if they do not get a good route this time, I don't know. Please let them have a good route. All right. So, starting up top, you can see it better on their the website, but you can see which servant symbol Shirao has on his hand. It appears to be Saber, and considering what we saw from the trailer, it looks like he gets Saber. That is still the same. Who knows about everyone else, though? It did seem like Shinji gets Rider, so that much we know. We know at least two of the 7. So, but yeah, it looks like he has sabers, and then we got Shinji off to the left. So there's it seems to indicate, and notice the hairstyles too, or not the hairstyles, the hair colors. Ugh. Hair colors. Shinji blue, Shirao kind of orange, not really red, but I guess you could say it that way. They always play that kind of contrast in media, red versus blue type of thing. And with them on each side and Sakura in the middle, up top there, I don't know what they're going for with that. And they're standing up and she's kneeled down. Okay. So I suspect there's some sort of huge conflict between them. Obviously, there was some tension between Shinji and Shirao in the UBW route, but this seems to indicate far more so will occur. They'll have a lot more tension, bickering and feuding, and Sakura just kneeling down, not knowing what to do, kind of powerless about it, and all that jazz. So anyhow, then at the top there's the nice sky. It looks like they're on like water, like this water effect. And then if you look down the middle very closely, it looks like there's this black mist, coming down. Now, I don't know if they were just doing that to fill that gap, or if it's actually coming from Sakura somehow in this whatever symbolic way. Or if that was just what was at the back of the image they were building here, or whatever the case. And then, of course, we got all the servants they're teasing. Interesting to note. Very interesting to note. Interesting to note. In the middle there, where all the title stuff is, it's the old assassin. So what is going on with that? Something goes different. Something definitely goes different. I mean, a lot is probably going to go different, but I wish I didn't see some spoilers, Oh well, we'll still enjoy it to pieces. But yeah, assassin being different, that indicates some sort of change. Does that mean that Caster does not summon assassin? Or does someone else summon assassin? Or what's the case there? Does she summon him and he's just a different assassin? Does she let him on the loose this time? Does he go rogue? There's just a world of potential. This series there's a world of potential. It builds itself, and these different route ideas is just absolutely brilliant, because that's the one thing you would want with the series. Oh, how would this go different? How would that go different if these changes happened? That seems to be a want with the series, and it was just great that they created that many routes, 3 different routes, so to Fate Stay Night. So I think that was with the visual novel, whatever its original thing was. And then we got, well, closer up at the top there, the middle. Saber versus Rider. We're going to get more of a proper fight this time. Please and thank you. It's teasing that. On the left, we got Berserker there. What's Berserker going to be able to accomplish this time? And instead of him just being a meat shield, hopefully he gets a better route too. By the way, the visuals from the trailer I just saw, and it looks amazing. I gotta watch it in HD now after this. Then we got Archer there. We got Caster. And what's Archer's role going to be this time? And Caster, she's showing off her signature weapon, Betrayal and Deceit dagger, or whatever it was called. Rule breaker. So she's indicating that, which makes one a little bit nervous and curious right off the bat. Who's she intending to use it on, if anyone? But she has it. They're showing that she has it, so they're all kind of shown with their weapons. So Archer, not a bow. And then Lancer, hopefully, poor guy gets a better end. But I'm wondering how relevant they're going to be able to keep them all in this route. Supposedly it's a long route and it's a darker route. Hopefully they can manage to fit everything in. I think they'll be able to do it right, but and hopefully they get the pacing right as well. And down by the bottom, most importantly and mysteriously in this is well, I'll mention one other thing too. But down at the bottom, look at down at the bottom, the left and right. And there's a smidgen of it next to Berserker. And also near Saber there. What are all those bands of black and red? What is all that stuff? What are those things? Whose are those? What are they? And another thing, considering what I heard from the trailer, it sounded like Blondie. So I'm curious why Blondie isn't on one of these. Maybe he'll be on one of the second or third. Who knows? Then there's his role. Holy heck. Talk about mystery. I still recall people talking about Lancer's outfit. This version versus Fate Zero's version. I don't know. You know, the other style probably was cool, but like as I said, they do this in media. Number one, they do the color. They utilize color with the characters, and I think that's really well done with the Fate series as well. But if you notice, Lancer and Archer, what do you got? You got red and blue. They always do that. So, anyhow, I think we're about done with this image. Up top, final thing. Shinji. He's coming across as awful confident. Dirtbag. Shinji. His hair all moosed up. And he's holding something. He is holding something. It's like whited out. He's holding something in his hand. He's got like a new kind of jackety thing on. I think it's good to change up the character designs a little bit to be able to differentiate the different routes. I think that's smart. So I think it's a good thing that he has a different, kind of a different visual appearance. Shirao, it looks like he's getting his same jacket thing. So, yeah, Sakura. I don't think she's too pleased in this one. She just looks helpless and hopeless there. In the dark, like mist descending. I don't know. I don't know. And I have no clue what those things are at the bottom, but it's like, it's got to be from someone. One of the servants or masters. I have no clue. But all we know is they're red and black. So, all right. 20 minutes in, 21 minutes in or so. It's time to go on to the finale one. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now, this one probably has even more to talk about than the other two. And either of the other two. Very, very interesting. All right, now this one, like I say, you can look them all up, throw them up side by side as I give my analysis. Now this one, most interesting. We got the like Holy Grail thing going on in the sky. Everything's just all red. Looks like absolute amazing visuals with that Holy Grail rift thing going on. And I got some things to mention with this one. I certainly do. But we'll take it slow, piece by piece. But I want to mention a particular observance that I had with this one. So let's begin little by little. Let's get the other stuff out of the way first. First off, Ilya. She seems naked. Okay. And she's got like a light glowing, and looks like everything else is... It looks like the criticals are censored. In that they're either not there or covered somehow. But that's that. She's got her red eyes. What role does she have? This route, are people going to be after her or not? What is her fate? Then off to the side, off to the left instead of the top right there. And what is that glowy thing? What does she got going on? And why would she be naked? I don't understand. Her hair's glowing, or her hair is like going up, which indicates she's using... There's some sort of power going on. Some sort of magic power she's using or something. Maybe she tries to... I have no idea. Maybe she tries to not become a target. So she somehow does like a heart exchange, heart transplant or something on herself. I have no idea. That probably sounds stupid, but I love to speculate on mystery anyway, so I don't care if it sounds stupid. I will speculate on mystery till the end. So I'm gonna ignore the centerfold stuff until last, probably, which is what I want to talk about. But anyhow, on the left there, we got Rin Tosaka. So, you know, what is with her look? She looks kind of down, and she's holding something. Looks like she's holding a red ribbon. A little red ribbon. I I don't understand. I don't understand the red ribbon. Does Ilya normally have a red ribbon in her hair or something? I forget. Anyhow. Maybe Ilya's bathing again. I don't know. Anyhow, so yeah, Rin, confused. She looks kind of down. What is her role? What is her fate in this? Then as we work our way down, oh my gosh, there's just so much left in this image. Oh my gosh. This video is going to be so dang long. But if people want an analysis, I'll give an analysis. So we'll see. Absolutely. Where do we start? Well, I guess let's go with Berserker. That is, I think, one of the things I kind of know one or two spoileries about, unfortunately, that people tossed out there or wrote just out there. I wish I didn't know. But nonetheless, what on earth? What kind of an appearance is that? That definitely looks like Berserker. So what on earth is going on? Why does he resemble the rest of that stuff at the bottom? It looks like he's frozen in time. In like a weird form. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Even amongst whatever I do know. It's still bizarre. It's like he's frozen in time. Look off to the left a smidgen. There's like bits just in the air. So it's like he's, I don't know. It's bizarre, but it definitely looks like Berserker. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know who else it would be. But what on earth happens with Berserker there? Or is that just a even more enraged form we haven't seen? I have no clue. No clue. But I definitely wanted him to get his mitts. Just for a second on you know who from the other route. And then, just avoiding for, well, hold up. No, I'm not going to do that. Hold up. Then addressing a huge whopper. Huge meat and potatoes. Huge golden plot nugget. Absolutely bonkers hype worthy. One down from Berserker. Okay. Now you tell me, or rather don't, what the heck is going on with Saber? What is going on with Saber? Excuse me? Why is she decked out like that? I have never seen her like that. Oh my gosh. That really makes the spot for the eyes just absolutely disturbing to me. Especially if they were like glowing like red or something. That would just be extremely creepy. It doesn't seem like I don't think they put anything there, but still, nonetheless, those for like eye spots is just absolutely creepy to me. That mask is creepy. Why would she wear a mask? Why is her armor completely different? What the heck happens with Saber? Pretty much all the characters it's like that. What the heck happens? Like, what on earth? Her armor, like, it's more darker toned. It's got like the weird, bizarre red bits to it, which kind of goes along with everything else in the dang scene. Same kind of stuff with Berserker. Berserker's all redded out. All the ground and everything is all redded out. Is it stuff that's coming from the Grail? The Rift? What's Saber's fate in this route? I don't know. What on earth happens? And I guess all this is spoilers for the other routes, but you know, what does, like, Saber succumb to Caster in this? Is that it? Is that it? Absolutely bizarre. It totally does not look like Shirao maintains control of Saber. And the only way Saber got free is because of pretty much how everything went. You had Rin, Shirao, Lancer, and Archer. That's the only reason she's free. She got free last time. This time, this route, with things going very different, it looks like Saber succumbs to the will of Caster, which, oddly enough, I do not think I saw her in the trailer. But she is in this other one. She is in this other poster, but the second one we did. But yeah, what on earth? And is Saber gonna have different abilities? Is she still gonna be her and she's just completely controlled? Is she gonna still have the same emotion, or is she gonna just be a complete pawn? Is she gonna be like a mindless pawn? Oh my gosh, there's just so much potential. And her sword is just completely different. It's indicating such a change. It's a very interesting, different appearance. I don't know if I like the dulled armor in terms of color. Maybe they should have made it a little bit darker. A little bit more blackened, but I don't know. It'll probably be fine. So who does Saber fall under control of? Is it even someone different than Caster? I don't know. But it seems to be indicative that she does not... I don't think she belongs to Shirao with what we're being shown there. That is not Saber. Unless Shirao turns evil or something. Who knows? And anyhow, yeah, we got all this, like, there's just so much to discuss in this image. We got all this, like, lava trash going everywhere, and we got it going up Shirao and Sakura's legs. At first I thought Shirao's legs were riders, but the leg positions just didn't work. So I eventually figured that out. But before we get to that sort of stuff, the centerfold of that, we got to look down below, under Sakura's skirt. I mean, you know, off to the left and down of her skirt there. You know, pretty much says it all without even having to say anything. Who isn't satisfied seeing Kotomine Kure looking all epic like that with the Wolverine blades? That's totally Kure. But the problem is the seemingly two figures behind him, which seems a bit more mysterious. The first figure behind him appears to be what I would assume to be Gilgamesh. So, but even with Kirei, what is Kirei's role this time? What is he going to be up to? It looks like he's going to just mess around all the more, and hopefully this route is a darker route. Hopefully he just is Kirei. I mean, hopefully he is Kirei. Hopefully he is epic Kirei all throughout this trilogy and this route. Now, the red eye glow, the one red eye glowing individual behind Kirei, I think that is pretty clear cut. I think that's pretty clear cut who's on Kirei's side. I think it's indicating to us that Gilgamesh is once again on Kirei's side. How does that all go down? Will Blondie betray Kirei, or Kirei betray Blondie? What's going to happen with all that? Everything with Blondie. What is going to happen there? Is he going to play more of a role with Sakura, even? Is there going to be a Sakura-Gilgamesh connection? And then there's a figure, one more figure behind Gilgamesh, and I think I have finally figured out who it is. I think it just dawned on me. This face has creeped me out. It looks like a face anyhow. It looks like there's a face behind what I assume to be Gilgamesh behind Kirei. Kirei's obvious. The other two are not. But the third individual there appears to be the Zauken guy. Or Zekken. Zekken? I always kind of get it wrong. Matao Zekken or Zauken. The father or grandfather of Shinji, whatever the case. And I was thinking that was Assassin before this video, but now it just dawned on me, oh, that looks kind of like a disturbing, creepy Zekken. So, there's that. Now, to finish things off, and hopefully people have been doing something else while they, well, I guess not, because you have to pull up the posters, but if people just wanted to listen, I hope people were meddling with something else while they were listening to this. Probably best idea to use headphones. People sometimes say all mine are low by default. I use headphones, and it's plenty loud at 5%. Sometimes I boost it to 10% for reactions to hear things better. But anyhow, let's get to our final bit here, and that is down to two things. I'll save the most important for last, but look at Shirao. Remember Shirao had magic circuit problems? Magic circuit problems. And his arm became heavy. Look at it now. Look at it now. He's got it covered in like a red bandage or curtain or something. Not a curtain. It's not that dimension, but he's got it like wrapped in a red cloth. What does that indicate? That tells me that pretty much tells me something. Either one, Shirao and Rin do not have a great relationship in this route, and thus, you know, Archer and Shirao and Archer and Saber, and thus he does not get it fixed up when he got it fixed up in UBW. And if there was another thing, I just forgot it along the way. I forgot where I was going with that, but that's what happens. I'm probably going to miss 20 things that other people will point out way better than I can ever do. So But anyhow, so yeah, that arm thing is interesting. Does he? So that would indicate that he doesn't regain. He doesn't get his circuits awoken, or whatever the case. So he doesn't reach his full potential in this realm. Or maybe something else happens with him. I don't know where that was all going. So that is a good thing to ponder. If he didn't get that fixed up, what would happen to him? If his arm just, whatever was happening to it, I don't know. The trouble he was having, does he just keep having trouble with it, and that's why he keeps it wrapped up? It's just a detriment to him somehow, or what happens with it. But anyhow, I want to bring you to something, probably the most important thing I have observed. Now, considering all the different harem type thing, I want you to look at something in this poster. Bottom right. I got the one where it's clipped off on the bottom right, but still, all the legs and the chains and the stuff going up the legs. Number 1, the stuff going up the legs. It's only going up Sakura and Shirao. What does that indicate to me? A connection. And I gotta jump back just for a second. With the I just remembered the Shirao arm thing. The other thing that indicates is the distance between Shirao and Rin. So what are Rin and Archer gonna do? So that it seems to be that Rin and Archer are not going to be teamed up with Shirao and Saber. And we saw from the trailer that there's going to be certain face-offs. So without other people there, how would things go down if they're not there? I don't know. Boy, oh boy. It's getting warm in here. Whew. All right, so back to it. Please notice this. This is my biggest observation. So I said connection 1. Number 2. All their footing is around the same, and look at how they're positioned in the poster. They've all got their backs to each other. What does exposing your back to someone mean? Even with just dogs. If a dog has his back to you, that means he trusts you. What does this say about the 3 of them? They're all facing out like a triangle. That indicates to me that Ryder, Sakura, and Shirao all trust each other. They are a team instead of Shirao and Rin. So that's interesting also. And then you could talk about a smidgen from the trailer, but we're not going to go there. We're not going to try and get spoilery on people, considering I know a couple things, unfortunately. But I'm still going about the analysis in a fair, clear-cut way. So that pretty much concludes it, though. You got. Here's the other thing. Sakura's chains. Who are they going around? Sakura, or I meant Ryder's chains. Ryder's chains going around herself, Sakura, and Shirao. What does that indicate? They're allies. It couldn't be more clear cut. From the poster, I may be wrong. I may be wrong. It's just an analysis and an interpretation. And interpretations can be flawed. So I think that does it for this analysis. We'll see if people like it or not. And maybe go from there. So, yeah. So, anyhow, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more of something else. And I will see you up ahead. And I guess give me some feedback if you want on this sort. It was my first analysis type video. And it was certainly very fun. Certainly very fun. Took worlds longer than I thought it would ever take. But I kind of ramble, so it is what it is. Really fun, really great series. Great anime. It'll be at the very least good if they fail. If they failed this route somehow, at the very least it'll be good. You know, what I heard was people were concerned that people who are familiar with the visual novel or the original work or whatever, that it's the longest route. The obvious concern there is tossing it into a 9-hour movie or whatever, 6 or 9-hour movie. It would be kind of difficult. So there was that concern. And if fans familiar with it are concerned, I'm concerned. But I think they'll do all right. So it'll be at the least good, but chances are it'll be great, hype worthy, everything like that. So anyhow, I gotta go watch the trailer in HD now. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and definitely stay tuned for this movie reaction on Drive. So that'll be the big meat and potatoes, I'll tell you that much. Holy smokes. Oh, it's going to be so tough to wait and to evade spoilers. Such a great series. Such a great series. And I can't believe it's going to be in US theaters. You've got to be kidding me. Hollywood failing that much that anime is over here. Wow. Wow. Hollywood tanking. Sick of their garbage. Americans are sick of their garbage that they're spewing out. So there's articles about that. So anyhow, I will see you up ahead. Thanks for watching. Take her cool.